just like the brother brought out, the Lord created the earth and everything on the earth in 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. Read verse 3 now for me real quick, just to elaborate.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 3.
This day.
And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it.
Alright? So God blessed this day. It's the day that he rested, and then he blessed it and sanctified it. Can someone bring up the word sanctify for me real quick? The definition of the word sanctify real quick. And give me Exodus 20 and 10. Sanctify. S-A-N-C-I-T-F-Y.
Hello?
Word. So we're going to see that this word isn't just any word that he chose to use. All right? Bring out that word, that definition of that word sanctify.
The word sanctified means to be set apart for God's holy purpose.
All right? So now we know it's set apart and it's for a holy purpose. Right? So he rested on that 7th day, sanctified it, making it holy specifically for his purpose. Bring out what you holding up.
Exodus 20 and verse number 10.
Nehemiah 13:19.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy God.
Alright. Go ahead.
And thou shalt not do any work.
Alright, pause on that. So it is a holy day. Alright, so now we established that God, the Most High Yahweh, your Father, is sanctifying this to be a specific day. So it's not just any random day. It's the 7th day.
Right.
It's the day that he rested.
Right.
And since he rested, he wants you to rest, so it's a holy day. Alright? Now, we have to understand, I have to give you proper instruction real quick on when to identify when this day starts. Bring out what you hold in Nehemiah 13:19.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 19.
Bring it out.
And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath.
Wait up. From the top again.
And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath.
After they became to be dark.
Began to be dark before the Sabbath.
Okay. So now we got a clear indication of when us as a people start to shut things down, right? AKA when to start. So when the sun starts going down, right, we start shutting things down. So that's giving you a clear point of where that starts. Finish the verse of where the Sabbath starts.
I commanded that the gates should be shut.
All right, because it's a holy day, right? So on the Sabbath day, all things are done, right? And we're gonna find out why those doors are gonna be shut in a second. But when the sun is going down, right, that's when we start setting up shop. And then when the sun is actually down, we're seeing the Sabbath is officially started. That next day has started. Give me Mark 2 and 21. I mean yeah, Mark 1 and 21, I'm sorry.
Mark 1:21.
Yeah.
And they went into Cardenum.
What's up, Bob?
In this straightway of the Sabbath day.
Alright, pause real quick. Hey brother, you can listen if you like. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm teaching the Sabbath day, right? Which is today. Alright? And these brothers kind of talked to you about it a few weeks ago, but the Sabbath day is the day of rest, right? The Most High, Yahweh, he created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day he did what? He rested. So he rested and he made that a holy day, right? He sanctified it to be a separate day, meaning it's important to you. It's important to us. And now we're going on, we're learning when does the actual day start. And these brothers brought out, I remember last week, about the calendar, right? Read what I gave you to hold real quick, and hold that real quick, Brother Rodney. Yes.
Book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse number 19.
Listen to this.
And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath,
Wait up, after the Sabbath.
Before the Sabbath.
Great. When the Sabbath actually starts.
Before the Sabbath.
All right. So real quick, that detail right there is letting you know when the Sabbath day starts, and the Sabbath day starts on the day that the Most High rested. Right. So when that sun starts going down, that's when we start shutting things down. And when that sun drops, boom, that's the next day. Finished it real quick.
God, I commanded that the gate should be shut and charged that they should not be open till after the Sabbath.
All right. So now we got a beginning and we got an end of when we can open those gates. And I'm about to go into those reasons why we close the gates, because my lesson is how do we keep it. But real quick, finish what you were saying. We're about to get an example from Yahushua, aka the one they call the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ.
And straightway on the Sabbath day, he entered into the synagogue and taught.
Right?
And they were astonished at his doctrine.
Right?
For he taught them as one that had authority and not as the scriptures.
Okay.
The scribes.
The scribes, the scribes. And there was in the synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, saying, Let us alone. What have we to do with thee?
Hold that for a second. But essentially, Sabbath knew what time, Yahushua knew what time the Sabbath was coming on. And he did a specific act, right, that is controversial. But I wanted to bring it out for a point that I'm about to make. Give me this last one. Give me Mark 1:27, brother, real quick. Just again to identify again what time it is. And I'm gonna ask you a question in a second.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 1 and verse number 27.
Bring it out.
And they were all amazed, insomuch that they questioned among themselves, saying, What is this? What new doctrine is this?
Right.
For with authority commanded he even the unclean spirit, and they do obey him.
Was that Mark 1:27? All right, cool. So essentially, go ahead, finish that actually.
Verse 28. And immediately his fame spread abroad throughout all the regions around about Galilee.
All right, so the cool thing right there is that Yahushua understood that there was the Sabbath and that he was healing people on the Sabbath, right? So essentially, you can heal people and you can do good works on the Sabbath day, all right? Now, going into the actual steps that you want to keep when you're keeping the Sabbath. So the question I want to ask you is, when is the day of rest, brother? Huh? No, what's the seventh day in the week? Saturday. And when did the Most High Yahweh rest? Which is what? So if he rested on Friday, what's the seventh day? Saturday. Exactly. So he rested on the seventh day, correct? Right. And we just read that the Sabbath is the seventh day.
So listen, so we're saying at Friday at 12 o'clock, Sabbath, or when the sun goes down.
So when the sun is going down, right? That's when the next day begins. So it's sunset to sunset, right? But we read in that last scripture that when the sun's going down, that's when we start shutting things down, right? We get our food prepared, we get all these things, and we're about to learn that why. Because there's a specific, so now that you know when it starts and what day it's on, right, we're gonna know what exactly we're gonna have to do as far as keeping the Sabbath. Because it's one thing to know it, and then there's another thing to do it, right? And we gotta do it. Bring what you got out real quick, God. Bring it out.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest,
Right?
and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
So from that point, or that from sunset evening to evening, right? Not the clock that goddamn Babylon gave you, the Romans gave, whoever gave you, right? 12 o'clock. Is first and foremost, you know, the Lord ain't dealing with that, right? So the way you get your real clock configured is by understanding what it says about it in the Bible, and you just learned it here today.
Why do we acknowledge the Sabbath? Why do we acknowledge it? Because it's the law or psychological? Like what does it do for us?
We gonna go into that. Be patient. But real quick, just to bring it out, or not to bring it out again, but we did bring it out. The reason why is because it's the day of rest, and it's a sanctified day for us. So that's the reason why it's an important day, right? But I'm gonna tell you why we have to do it, and I'm gonna tell you the benefits of why we have to do it. But real quick,
Exodus.
listen to this. So this is one of the things that we have to do after knowing those basic fundamentals of when it begins and what is it. Go ahead.
Exodus verse 20, chapter 20, verse 8.
Listen up,
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Well, again, that's a commandment, right? To remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, right? And we just brought out sanctify means holy, separate, and holy means separate. So it's a specific day that the Lord chose to rest and chose you to rest, that you gotta keep as a holy day. So you have to do it. It's a commandment. Continue.
6 days shall thou labor.
Wait up. 7 days shall y'all labor.
6 days shall thou labor.
Hold up. 5 days.
6 days shall thou labor.
I got a cool job. 3 days.
6 days shall thou labor.
Alright. And what's that familiar with? God, the Most High, your Father, He works 6 days. So He's saying we gotta work 6 days. And what else?
And do all thy work.
And do all thy bull crapping.
Do all thy work.
Do all thy sitting on your butt.
Do all thy work.
Right? Because you gotta grind, you gotta hustle, you gotta work to to survive for yourself, provide for yourself, to provide for your family, right? To provide for your nation and your community, to lead by example. You have to, right? So He's saying in 6 days, do all that. You got something to go along with it? Oh, okay. Finish what you were saying?
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Yahweh thy God.
And the 7th day is the Sabbath for the Most High Yahweh, our God, right? So on the 7th day again, He's saying, you were made in my image, be like me. Rest on this day, right? Bring out that repeat again real quick. Listen to it.
The book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 3. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it. Because that, in it, He had rested from all His work, which God created and made.
You hear that? So He's basically saying, son, daughter, this is a holy day for you. And this ain't just anybody doing it, because the world don't do it. I did it. I'm the Most High God. Do what I do. Right? And guess what about this? This brother just brought it out. It's a commandment. Now, we got a whole bunch of Christians, a lot of, fake believers. But one of their things is the 10 Commandments. Did you know that's one of the 10 Commandments? That's one of the 10 Commandments. That's the first. Somewhere around them lines. Yeah. One of the 10 Commandments is to keep the Sabbath. How many of these so-called Christians, how many of these so-called Catholics, how many of these Zion, whoever they are, right, who say they believe and they care for you, right, are keeping the Sabbath? You don't see them. But how can you tell? He just brought out one point. You cannot work. Right? So if you see a brother or sister, anybody who's claiming to walk that walk, and they working on the Sabbath, that's already a strike one. Alright? Brother, give me finish that.
Thou shalt not do any work. Thou thy sons, nor thy daughters, thy handmaids, or thy
Go ahead, take your time.
manservant, or thy maidservant, or thy cattle, nor thy strangers that is within the gates, thy gates.
Woo! Don't you let him Most High? He gets specific. So he said, not your brothers, your sisters, your maidservants, your calves, aka, let me break it down to you in modern times. Alright? Not your carriers, right? Not your computers, right? Not your cows that or your rams that pull the plow, not your machines. You gotta shut everything down. And you personally can't do no work. And your peoples can't do no work. Right? What's your question, Art?
I said, listen. I'm thinking like this. There's different degrees of work. Okay?
There is?
For instance, I said, listen. I'm studying psychology, right? You guys see me every Saturday for a reason. I start up at Broad Street and I walk down. I end up here. This is my stop. This is my stop at. Cool. On the way down, I'm analyzing. I'm like, class, right beats. So am I working? I'm still working. Am I working? But I'm doing that physically. I'm doing this.
Well, if that's a work for you, then yeah, anything.
I'm not in the field. I'm just studying.
But you're studying that.
Yeah.
If you're not praising the Most High, reading and studying the Bible, and one of the points that I'm going to get to, aka congregate, right? You're working, right? Because that can be considered a work. If I just want to do crunches and bench press real quick, you know, that's work. If I wanted to, matter of fact, I study engineering. On the Sabbath, I don't study or do the homework. If it don't concern to the Most High, I don't do it, right? Because it is considered a work. You feel me? Homework. Yeah, it's called homework. Bring my brother, bring that out. What you got holding?
Isaiah 58 and verse number 13.
Listen
Bring it
up.
out.
Don't get distracted.
If thou turn away thy fool from the Sabbath for doing thy pleasure on my
Wait up.
holy,
Psychology.
my foot on thy pleasure,
Oh, hold up. Working out.
thy pleasure for doing thy pleasure
Go ahead.
on my holy day.
On the holy day, which is the Sabbath day, which we already know that is sanctified because of the various reasons we explained. Right? You got more on that? Yeah. Go ahead.
And call thy Sabbath a delight.
Call the Sabbath the delight. This is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Your whole spirit gets recharged when you do the Lord's work and you do the Sabbath. It's a great thing in the sight of the Lord. Maybe the copper, the Stady, the jump out boys, Donald Trump, all these punk Republicans and Democrats, these taskmasters and slave owners, they might not like it. But you know who do like it? Your Father, the one who created the heavens and the earth. Any more on that?
And the holy of Yahweh honorable, and shall honor him, and do thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor
Yeah.
speaking their own words.
Words, speaking your own doctrine, talking about the next NBA season because you the next analyst that ain't getting paid for it yet. Your psychology, you know, you got the drop, you read their books, you understand where they're lacking, now you got some extra interpretation of it. Then you go to the next brother over here and you start speaking that. Now you speaking your words. You speaking your tongue. Yeah. You understand? You gotta show honor to the Most High, right? Because that's what he's about. Is there more on it?
On Exodus.
Yeah, finish that.
Exodus 20, verse 11. For the 6 days thou Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that's in it,
So 6 days again.
and rested the 7th day.
That's that 7th day again.
Wherefore that Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Alright, so now you probably learned it. You probably learned it because I'm not just telling you keep the Sabbath. Now the Most High told you why it's important. And you asked a great question. You know, and me just doing this, because now I know you care. Am I just doing this on my free will? Is this getting away with it?
What are you allowed to do on the Sabbath?
Well, we're getting into it. So first things first, you can't work. Give me Exodus 35:3, brother. Is there more? That's the end of that? Right. So, first thing you can't do is you can't work, right? Can't work, right? Bring what you got going on.
The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
All right. So what that means is you can't cook, right? So I'm gonna answer that question by telling you what you can't do, and then we're gonna learn the guidelines of what we can do, right? The Most High, we think like us, all right? So essentially, or we think like Him. So essentially, you can't cook, right? You can't go and have some leftover some chicken in the freezer or some rice in the cabinet and chef it up right then. You gotta prepare it the day before.
Right.
Right? You gotta prepare it the day before. So we got two things out the way. You can't work, right? And we just kind of learned that work can be you just speaking your own words. So you can't be doing that. You gotta be honoring the Most High on this day. And two, we just learned that you can't cook. Alright? But you can prepare the day before and eat leftovers. Alright? Give me Exodus 16 and 23. Let's explain the cooking thing a little bit more. And then you can give me Nehemiah 10 and 31, I'm sorry.
Exodus 16, verse number 23.
Bring it out.
And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord have said.
What'd he say?
Tomorrow is the rest of thy holy Sabbath
So
unto the Lord.
prepare it.
Bake thee what you will bake today,
Yup, chef it up.
to see that you will see and that will remain over layer up for you to be kept until the morning.
Love you. See, the Lord loved you. He didn't leave you up shit street without a paddle. You feel me? He didn't just be like, yo, drop some commandments and not just give you reasoning and explanations. You can't make this up. He literally told us what to do in the book that these brothers are reading, gave history, gave details, and told you how to do it properly. Read what you got from the top again one more time. It's clear so the brother can hear you.
And he said unto them, this is that which thy Lord has said.
This is what the Lord said.
Tomorrow is the rest of thy holy Sabbath.
The seventh day, the day that we supposed to honor the Most High on. The day He rested, He wants us to do the same.
Unto Yahweh, bake thee what you bake today.
Make your fried chicken, make your breads, make whatever you gotta do,
Bake what you gotta bake today.
Listen.
right?
And seest that you will see it, and which remaineth over laid up to you to be kept until the morning.
What's that sound like? What's that sound like though, real quick? What's that sound like? But answer the question so I can hear you. You don't know what that sound like? That don't sound like leftovers? That don't sound like catering, prepping your stuff? That's what that's basically articulating. It's trying to articulate, yo, the Sabbath days right around is the next day. It's tomorrow. The work that we gotta do is preparing. Because when the sun goes down, things stop. And we just got to learn that we can't work and we can't cook. That's it on that? All right, word. Bring out what you got.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10, and verse
31. And this is another thing that we can't do, all right? Go ahead.
verse number 31.
You know,
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we should not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
All right. Do you understand what that meant, mister? Bring it from the top and I'm going to help you out, okay?
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals
Pots.
on the Sabbath day to sell, that we should not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
So basically, yeah. So basically, no bartering and selling. Can't bring no pots, can't bring no chains, can't bring no watches, can't bring no rings, can't bring no cars, can't bring, no handcrafted whatever you make. You go to Thayer Street over there, you're gonna see people, whatever. Matter of fact, you from New York, go to New York, you got the whole shit laid out, all out on the street. You know what I mean? Mass sellers. You can't do none of that. Oh, you from CT? My bad. I stand corrected. But in CT, it's the same atmosphere essentially. So you can't sell, right? You can't sell, and you gotta shut that down. Was there more on that? Give me Nehemiah 13:15, and then we're gonna go into the last thing that you can do. Huh? Nah, you can stop that.
Okay, book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 15.
Bring it out, kid.
In those days saw I in Judah some trending wine pleasure of the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves and laying asses.
So basically, he's saying, I seen people buying and selling animals and wine and stuff of that nature, right? Working essentially, right? Go ahead.
And also wines, grapes, and figs, and all manner
Yep, go ahead, continue. All right. Yeah, bless me. You can listen. Go ahead.
All-
Go ahead. He's showing love.
and all manner of burdens,
Yep.
which they brought unto Jerusalem.
So read that last line again. On burdens.
And all manner of burdens which they brought unto Jerusalem
They considered burdens.
My brother right
on the
here
Sabbath day.
broke me the fuck down.
And
man,
I
'cause believe in
testified
God.
against them
God, I
in the
believe
day
you, man.
wherein they
I be trying to
sold
stop a lot of the
victuals,
bullshit that goes on out there.
victuals.
Little
Right.
people
So he's
know,
basically
but
saying
I don't
on the
even like
Sabbath
speaking
day
on it.
they sold.
Because God know what you
And
do
he's seen
behind
these things.
those closed doors,
Right?
man. You don't gotta
Continue.
preach that. But
There
I
dwelt
ain't-
men
I'm not
of
saying,
Tyre
but
also therein, which
it's crazy out here.
brought fish and all manner
God bless you, man. I love you, man. I
of
appreciate you.
wine,
For real.
and sold on the Sabbath unto the sons of Judah and in Jerusalem.
Continue.
Then I contended with the noble of Judah and said unto them, what evil thing is this you do?
So it's evil. It's profane.
Right.
It's wrong to do. Right? Another clear example of what not to do on the Sabbath, because there were people still doing it. Right?
And profane the Sabbath day.
Right?
Do not your father thus? And did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath unto Israel by profaning the Sabbath.
So that's foretelling how I'm going to end this session, right? But they're bringing more wrath onto them by breaking it. Why? Because it's a commandment, right? And we're simply just explaining on how to keep the Sabbath day. So again, 1, you can't work. 2, you can't cook. 3, you can't sell, right? And 4, we can't buy. And 3, we can't buy or sell. And now we're gonna find out this last one. Give me Leviticus 23:2. Right? Does that make sense? Like clear?
I got a question for you.
I bet.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse number 2.
Yeah.
Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them,
Right? You're the children of Israel. Right?
concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy, to be holy convocations.
So it's a feast of the Lord, right? And it's a holy day. Again, it's stating this over and over and over again for its importance, not because it's something that we took it lightly. Go ahead.
Even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
Yep. So essentially, you supposed to congregate and keep it within your household, or keep it with your brothers to the best of your abilities, right? So you can do all those things. I mean, you can't do all those things. Anything that concerning the Lord, you can do, right? You can give praise to the Lord. We can eat, right? We can be merry. We can have fun. As far as us concerning giving honor to the Lord, studying, teaching, doing good on the Sabbath day. But you had a question?
What is your mission statement?
Our
What is your
mission statement
What is your mission statement?
is to wake up the children of Israel, to bring them out of this captivity, these curses that they are in, by teaching them the Lord's statutes and commandments. And the first way we do that is by teaching them their identity. All right? You bring out that holy people. Bring out the, yeah, bring it out.
Deuteronomy,
Right?
chapter 7, we start from verse number 6.
All right, so all these brothers, we're of one accord. We're of one mind. That's why you see us stand as one body. You're in the midst of the church, right? And we care deeply for you because you are our brother. And this world is poisoned by sin, right? So you asked us our mission statement. Our mission statement is the Lord said, woke us up and said, yo, remind the rest of your brothers and sisters of who they are, so they can come back to me, and I can get them out of all their troubles, all their woes, right? Because He's the one laying the smackdown, right? He's the one, by means of the courthouses, by means of the powers that be. Go ahead, bring that out. Remind them who He is.
For thou art a holy people.
You're basic people.
For thou art a holy people.
You're simple people.
For thou art a holy people.
You're just a regular person.
For thou art a holy people.
Go ahead.
Unto the Lord thy God. For the Lord thy God has chosen thee
Chosen you.
to be a special people unto Himself.
Right? So just like that Sabbath day, holy. He said you are special people under Himself, because we know that holy means separate, right? So I'm gonna put all the ones over here, and I'm gonna put the 100 over here. Put the ones over, the 5s over here, and I'm gonna put the 100 over here, right? I'm gonna put the dirt and the gold over there, and and the dirt over there, and I'll put the gold right here, right? You're special, right? So He separated you to make that clear, that identification. Go ahead.
Above all people.
And you ain't below all people. You're
above all people.
You ain't on the left of all people. You
above all people.
You ain't behind all people.
You're above all people.
Right? Now you see yourself on this sign here, Op? Where you see yourself, Op? Say it loud and proud. This is what they don't want you to know. They just want us to focus on doctorates and PhDs, right? Because we bust ass in academics and athletics, but this is what you need to know. So you Benjamin, hot dog, you Benjamin. That means you a Jew. That means you a real Jew, not no Ashkenazi Jew, right? No fake Jew, right? With the straight curlies, right? Finish what you got there.
Above all people that's on the face of the earth.
Now what's wrong with that? Now what's wrong with that? Because they got you below. When we first met you, you had the spirit of anger, which is, you got surely oppression won't make a wise man mad. I'm trying to find that. You were inquisitive and a man in action based off, or at least how you spoke to us that day, based off the affliction that us as a people, your younger brothers, and you and your other rest of your family go through in this country. You were talking to us on that level of thinking, right? And they got us on the bottom, but God's saying you on the top. Go ahead, bring what you got out real
Job
quick.
2:27.
This is Job 2:27.
And ye shall know that I'm in the midst of Israel,
Midst of us, Mr. Israel.
and that I am the Lord thy God, and none else.
He ain't nobody else's God but your God. He ain't nobody else's God but your God. All right? Now, like I said, just to identify you in this book real quick, even though I'm teaching about the Sabbath, right? You were vexed a little bit based on, not like frustrated, because you handle the business. Like God got you in a position of power. And the more you move to him, the more he's gonna do with you. Right? If you go on the left-hand side, he's gonna destroy you. That's the whole point of the commandments. Right? Bring out what you got real quick, just so you can identify what he was like that day.
Ecclesiastes 7, verse 7.
Bring it out.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad,
So you a wise man. Go ahead.
and a gift destroys the heart.
Right? So essentially, the reason why you tight and any man that's a wise man that got common sense and more is they're gonna be angry because all the oppression they see. You're gonna see it for what it really is. Right? And how they destroy you with gifts. With when COVID-19 they gave the little they gave those little checks out. Yeah, they gave them little stimulant checks out, right? To get brothers weak and stuff. Because in the time of us doing what we gotta do, right? And we suffering, we always come back together, right? So the craftiness of these devils, they gonna destroy you with a gift, right? And they may gift it with class. Here's psych. Here's mathematics, engineering. Here's a little bit of money. Here's this and that. So now you think you good now, but you ain't good. Now you a smart slave, and they can use you to trick your people better. It's psychology, just like you're studying, and you can understand this, and that's why you can master it, because it's under your thumb. Because Deuteronomy, go back to Deuteronomy again, and remind them why he can do all these things.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6.
This is why you can do all things.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee
Chosen you.
to be a special people.
You special. You special. Like Michael, like Magic, like all them. You special. Right? Go ahead.
Unto himself, above all people.
In academia.
Above all
In
people.
athletics.
Above all
In
people.
agriculture.
Above all people.
In dancing.
Above all people.
In beauty.
Above all people.
In designing.
Above all people.
You want me to keep on going on? That's our mission statement though, Aki.
God said, listen, I want you to go wake your people up. Let me give you no instruction on how to carry out that mission.
You said you didn't give us no instruction how to keep the mission.
Carry out that mission.
You
Go
think
wake
he did it?
Go wake your people up. I'm asking you.
He did.
Hey,
Sis. He did.
is this the manner here?
What?
Is this the manner here?
Yeah, this is the manner, right? Because why did the Black Panther movement fail? Why did all these other movements fail? Right? Because they wasn't moving right with the Most High. Right? They didn't have the doctrine that is here to set our people free. And this is the secret source of our power. Right? And us brothers here read it this week. I'm gonna finish off on it. But matter of fact, let me skip to it real quick. Bring out what you got going on. I see your brain working. Got it? If not, give me Judith 5 and 17 real quick. And Kaban, if you want to help out, I'll add it.
This is a brief answer to your question.
Bring it out, Ox.
So the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 43.
That's through the Spirit.
And the Lord said unto the servant, go out unto the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
All praises.
Yeah, that's the spirit again. That's the spirit again. The Most High had the spirit have you dwell on that, and you trying to figure out what that means. And when you start leveling up in consciousness, understanding brain power, whatever you want to call it, right? You start to understand like, yo, I ain't nothing without my people. So then you start thinking, how can I help them? And how can I? And then when you get to an even higher level, you start to understand what you want to do. Long story short, he did give us instruction. Now, he gave us so good of instruction, I'm gonna give you America and all the other nations, all our enemies, playbook. Bring this out. Jude 5:17.
Judas 5 and 17. And witness thou sinnest not before thy God, they prosper because God has hated iniquity was with them.
All right, so real quick, this is in the time of the Assyrian captivity, right? Nebuchadnezzar was, Nebuchadnezzar, you heard him before, right? He was an Assyrian, and he was a big bad Assyrian, and he had his chief captains coming for us, essentially. And when they couldn't find us, they found us in a tactical place. I'm not gonna get into it. They said, he said, the Hollow Ferns was the chief captain's name. He said, tell me who these people are. He asked a great question. He said, tell me their strength, tell me what they like to do, tell me where they live at, tell me where they get their power from. And this is Ammonite telling Hollow Ferns, the chief captain, about us. Read it from the top real quick and slow. Or quicker, not slow.
And witness they sinned not before Yahweh.
If they don't sin before the Most High, Yahweh, which is our Father's name,
They prospered because the God have hated iniquity. Iniquity was with thee.
we prospered
Them.
because our Father hates iniquity, right? This is what they know. This is an inward message to the enemies talking to each other about us, how to kill us, right? So he's saying they prosper because their God don't like iniquity. Finish. Go ahead.
Okay. But when they departed from the ways which he anointed them,
So when we depart from the ways, keeping the Sabbath, right, worshiping false idols like the brother brought out, and other such sins, finish.
they were destroyed in many battles.
Destroyed in many battles. So you mean to tell me they know this? They know they know where your power is. You don't even know your nationality, but they know more. They know your nationality, and they know where you get your power from. Finish.
With swords, and were led captive into the land that was not theirs in the temple.
Now you see how they get their triangle offense. Oh, we got them now. Go ahead though. It ain't all sad. Go ahead.
Of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies.
Well, you ain't got nothing. Now finish and then we gonna wrap this up.
But now are they returned their Yahweh and come up from the place where they were scattered.
Right? Because when we lost our lands, we scattered, right? We had to run, we had to flee, we had to save our lives, so we became all across the planet. Go ahead.
And they have possessed Jerusalem, where they sanctuary it, and are seated in the hills country.
Right? Talking about us.
For I was desolate.
Desolate. So essentially, our homeland is Jerusalem. So now you learned our home base is Jerusalem. Not those fake Jews, not where the Pakistanis and all these other guys are fighting over. They don't belong to them. That's why it's getting blown up, long story short. Right? So we were getting chased, so we fled up into the hillside. Right? Just tell them real quick, this last one, 21.
21.
So they know all that about us, and they know if we sin and we transgress, we gonna lose. Go ahead.
But if there be no iniquities in their nation, let my Lord know pass by, lest they Yahweh define them.
Right.
And
Defend them.
defend them, defend them.
Yep. So you can end right there. So essentially, now he's saying, yo, but look, if they don't sin, don't try to go at them, because their Lord's gonna defend them. And they know about us coming out of Egypt. That's why it's important for you to read it on your own. Right? But to finish on the Sabbath, right, you gotta congregate. Right? So I'm gonna go a quick overview real quick. I had you hold something? Alright, so real quick. the seventh day is the Sabbath day, correct? Correct. You have to keep it holy, right? Because that's the day the Lord rested, right? You can't cook, you can't work, you can't buy or sell if you got to congregate, right? We can do all things that honor the Most High, right? And earlier I gave an example of Christ keeping the Sabbath day. You also know when it starts now. So, with all that being said, I got to tell you the reasons why. Give me Deuteronomy 28, 1 and 14. You give me Deuteronomy 28, 1 and 15. All right, and I'm going to end off like this. Right, this is the main reason why. And that last scripture kind of just explained it, right? Because that's their blueprint. Damn, you're so, God made you above all people, right? But for some reason, these other nations seem like they got a head start, like they got an advantage. You know what I'm saying? And they do. They got the playbook. They know our history, and they know if we sin, we gonna they can beat us, right? Now read out what now bring out the answer and the solution. Go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice,
the specifics, unto the voice
of the Lord thy God,
unto your Father,
to observe and to do all his commandments,
which is the Sabbath, right? Which is not worshiping idols, which is congregating with your brothers, right? And keeping all the commandments to the best of your abilities,
which I command thee this day,
you are commanded to thee this day, right?
that the Lord thy God will set thee
Fellas,
on high,
he'll put you on high.
above all nations of the earth.
That's the big reverse. Now, bring out what you got, 15 real quick.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15.
Now this is what you're gonna get if you can't, if you don't do it.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and to observe into all his commandments,
So when he says don't hearken, it means if you don't listen and you don't do it.
to observe into all his commandments and his statutes,
Right?
which I command you this day,
Everything.
which I command you this day,
Right?
that all these curses,
All these flowers,
all these curses,
all these blessings,
all these curses,
all these graces,
all these curses
all these curses
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
that overtake you. So that's the destruction that they know about, right? I just wrapped it all up in a bubble for you. Give me that last one and it's a wrap. I want to finish with this though. I appreciate your patience.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 12.
Bring it out.
Here is the patience of the saints.
Is the patience of the saints. So when you do this work and you know these things, you gotta be patient and have faith and have the works. Go ahead.
Here are they that keep the commandments of God,
That keep the Americans' laws.
that keep the
Commandments of God.
That keep their own rules.
That keep the commandments of God.
That keep the commandments of God
and the faith of Jesus.
and the faith of the Most High and Yahweh Shai. Right? So with that, I want to say all praise and honor and glory go to the Most High Yahweh by Yeshim Yahweh Shai. All the brothers, y'all are great. And Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala. You already know.
Hey, said I want come test me. Pick two rap with a sling might lick off and met like a man from Jesse. Heard that they talking that big talk, lip off, which God, listen, don't vex me. I'ma stand for the Father perpetually, definitely big man, don't get chesty. Any weapon they form, don't stress me. Hey, I'm an Israelite child, no destiny. Separated, he chose and select me. In his raiment, he clothed and he dressed me. Look without him, my soul will be empty. To the Lord of the hosts, I confess thee. I don't do this for sport or for trendies. Disrespect, it'll only get messy. Yeah, they can never take hold of my faith. I'ma stand with my sword at the gate. Holiness to the Lord on the plate. See, your idols ain't holding no weight. I ain't here trying to hold no debate. See, my God ain't no soul to replace. Disrespecting a stone in your face. Look, you must be a fool to